Good morning, guys. It's Miss Trish. It is Monday, May the 4th, and if you are tuning into this video, more than likely you are one of my kindergarten through third grade students. I'm glad that you're joining me. I hope things are going well for you at home. Remember to review your personal information. Make sure you know your entire name. Make sure you know your birthday, your address. And tomorrow, on my tip of the day, we're going to talk about one more thing I think that is very important for you to know. So tune in. I believe that school is actually going to be ending a week early next Friday, May the 15th. So in keeping with how I would have done things in the schools, I'm going to let this week be the last week that I introduce new content or videos to you guys. Next week will kind of be more of a wrap up for everybody at home. Of course, as always, you can reach out to me anytime. Your parents should have access to me on Dojo or email, which is tmckenzie@gcbe.org. So I hope that you won't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or if I can support you in any way. Or I would even be willing to do a FaceTime call or anything like that anytime if that would be helpful for you at home. So let's dive right into our last story. This week we're going to go back to Arthur and we're going to talk about Arthur going to camp. My kids, my boys, my daughter too, went to camp when they were younger. This summer you might have the opportunity to go to a day camp, or you might even have the opportunity to do a sleepaway camp at some point in time. So I thought this was a kind of a good book to read because it was a summer topic. If Parent Says You Are Reading Books, we always talk about the first, middle, and end of a story, but it's also a good idea to think about things like who is the story about, or where does the story take place? That's a question you could ask your child. Or as you're reading, think about like what could happen next, or how are they going to solve this problem? So be an active reader because it's always just really a great teaching tool. And I can't wait to be able to read again face to face rather than on my computer. But anyway, this story is called Arthur Goes to Camp. So let's see what it's about. "I'm not going," said Arthur. "Arthur, you'll love camp. Think of all the new friends you'll make," said his mother. "I have fond memories of my own camp days," said Arthur's father. "Camp will teach you about the great outdoors." "I'm not going." Arthur was at the camp bus stop the next morning. Buster was standing with a new kid. "He's got 100 comic books in his footlocker," squealed Buster, pointing to the brain. Francine was there too. "You guys better watch out. Tent 3 is full of bats and snakes," she yelled out the window. "It's going to be just like school. The girls against the boys," thought Arthur. When the bus passed Camp Horsewater, even the girls stopped teasing. "Look at those guys," said Buster. "They're going to be in great shape for our scavenger hunt. No matter what, they always win." "That's no camp, that's a zoo," said Arthur. Things were different at Camp Meadowcroak, at least for the girls. "I'll do my best to make this a wonderful summer for you," said the girls' counselor, Becky. Even Muffy looked eager when she pulled up in her limousine. "Where do I plug in my air conditioner?" she hollered. The boys' counselor was a different story. "Attention, men! Line up!" barked Rocky. "Stand up straight. Suck in those guts. I've never seen such a soft bunch. No dessert for you men this summer." Muffy had brought her own dessert. After a dinner that tasted like macaroni and fleas and worm burgers, she opened her trunk. The girls dug in. At bedtime, Muffy discovered the tent had no electricity. "How will I brush my teeth?" she moaned. The boys were too tired from all their running and push-ups to think of brushing their teeth. They crawled under the covers. Arthur screamed, "Amphibians! How fascinating, said the brain. No, they're frogs, said Buster. Just wait till we get a hold of those girls, said Arthur. Forget about the frogs, said the girls. You guys better worry about the softball game instead. The girls were beating the boys at everything. Disgusting, said Rocky. I'll never live this down. In fact, all that week the girls were great campers. They built campfires, pitched tents, tied knots, identified plants. All the boys could find was poison ivy. Rocky hid in his cabin. Arthur wrote postcards home. Arthur had a lot to write about. The frogs in his bed were bad enough, but now really weird things were happening. The girls thought the boys threw a smoke bomb into their tent. The boys thought the girls took all their clothes. But one night, everybody heard strange noises and footsteps in the woods. It had to be someone else. Everyone was too scared to tell ghost stories. We have to do something, said the brain. Let's stand watch tonight and find out what's going on. So that's it. Camp Horsewater, whispered Buster. They've been trying to scare us all along. Don't worry, we'll fix them tomorrow at the scavenger hunt, said the brain. I've got a plan, but we will need the girls' help. Arthur had a plan too. He decided to run away. Oh no. The next morning, Becky read the list of things to find at the scavenger hunt. And be back at sunset, she said. The brain nudged Francine. Time for phase 1 of the plan, he whispered. Watch out for bears. The woods are full of them, she yelled to the Horsewater kids. They just laughed. Nobody noticed Arthur sneak away. Do y'all see Arthur? There he is right there. Everybody was in the woods looking for things. Strange noises started coming from the bushes. Suddenly, a huge furry animal burst from the underbrush. A bear, hollered Muffy and Buster and Francine, trying not to giggle. When the Metacroak team started hunting again, the bear helped too. How can you wear this coat, Muffy? The brain's voice floated out from the fur. It is so hot. It's never too hot for Mink, Muffy grinned. Our plan really worked, but we still haven't found a flashlight. And has anyone seen Arthur? Said Buster. It doesn't matter if the Horsewater team never comes down from the trees. We can't win if we don't have everything, groaned Francine. Meanwhile, it was getting dark and Arthur was lost. He heard strange noises. Were they footsteps? Arthur reached into his backpack for his flashlight. He snapped it on. A flashlight! We won! 3 cheers for Arthur! In his last postcard home, he says, Dear Mom and Dad, the scavenger hunt was great. Camp is great. I want to come back next year. Love, Arthur. The end. So by the end of the story, Arthur decided that camp wasn't so bad. He didn't like it much to start with, though, but he hung in there with it and it got better. So that's a good lesson. So let's think about what happened at the beginning and the middle and the end of our story. We know that at the beginning of the story, Arthur did not want to go to camp. He was kind of scared and he wanted to stay home, I guess. And then on the second or the middle part of the story, we know that Arthur did not like camp and he ran away. And then at the end, Arthur helped the boys' team win the hunt or the scavenger hunt where they had to go around and find different things in the camp or in the woods. He pulled out his flashlight and that was on the list, so he helped them win. So remember to do your first, middle, and end when you're reading a story. And then after you have those sentences, take one of them and mix it up. we're going to do Arthur did not want to go to camp. And as you see, I have all those words mixed up. So then you're going to set that mixed up list beside your paper where you have written a line per word. So you know where your words go, and you've got a period at the end. And then we're going to write. Look at our mixed up list, and we're going to write on the lines. Arthur, remember to go from top to bottom. Take your time. It's not a race. We're trying to write pretty. Work on that letter formation. It's a great motor skill. Since you're just writing one sentence, should help give you motivation to write pretty. Arthur did not want to, let's find the word go. Oh, down here at the bottom, go to camp. So choose any of the sentences. If you're reading another book and you want to make your sentence a little bit shorter, of course you can do that too. But that's my sentence. Arthur did not want to go to camp. So my activity for today is going to have to do with a countdown to the end of school. If we were at school, we would be getting to do lots of fun things to kind of mark the end of the year. So parents, I hope you're thinking about that at home and ways that you can encourage your child as they're wrapping up this school year. We have 11 more days till the last day of online learning. So I wanted us to think about doing a countdown chain. So I actually saved a couple of these, which are toilet paper rolls or a paper towel roll. It gives you kind of nice thick cardboard. We have 11 days. If that cardboard is too thick for your child to cut, you could take just regular paper and cut a little strip of it like this. Cut down the side and use that as your link. But what I was recommending trying is these toilet paper rolls because they're a little bit thicker. So you're going to need 11 of them. I'd already cut some in advance, but take your toilet paper roll. Use your scissors to cut a piece off. You could mark it with a line if you need to for your child. And once you've cut, you've got the circle. Just cut it somewhere so you've got it stretched out. And use your glue to make a chain. And then every day, even maybe after you've done your work for the day, one of my chains broke. Let it dry, obviously. Then every day, maybe once you've done your work for that day, you can remove one of the chains and throw it away. And then when you get to the end, it'll be time for summer. So that was my suggestion of an activity for today that you think about a way. You could even write the numbers 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 on your refrigerator or something. I know I've done that before with my kids. And then every day have them mark one out, just whatever works for you in your house. But just maybe think of a way to count down between now and next Friday. So anyway, I hope that you have a great week. I will be back for my tips of the day for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as we wind down this school year. And I just hope that you're having a great day. As always, reach out if I can help you in any way. Okay, bye-bye.